Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today I am making some chili. Come on, let's go. So I used some sausages because sausages are very flavorful. You do not have to use this kind. You can use any kind of sausage you like. And the ground meat of choice was ground beef because that's what my family likes. Now, y'all know it's not a party in the kitchen without onions and peppers. So there are my onions and bell peppers all diced up. My seasoning lineup is basically the things that most people use in chili. I did not end up using the seasoning salt because the jalapeno, onion, and garlic powder gave it enough salt flavor along with that chicken broth, so I did not use that. And we did not use beef broth because we find that using beef broth is more pungent and we don't like it. So chicken broth turns out just as good, if not better, in our opinion. So these are the ingredients that I used. Check it out. I saw another cooking channel use tomato soup, and it is a very popular cooking channel, so I decided to give it a try. If I find it, I'll list it in the description. And we had cornbread on the side. That's some of the best cornbread if you're not making it from scratch. Krusteaz, in my opinion, is the next best thing. Here I am just preparing the sausages. I'm going to get these nice and brown, and then I'll add that ground beef. So I started off with a skillet on warm, and then I just kept at it until it was pretty much all brown. You can see here that it's getting pretty brown here. So I'm just going to keep at it until it's just to my liking. And so I'm going to show you that here close up. You can see how brown I got it. And then from here, I just go on in and I'm going to add my ground beef. Yep. So ground beef coming in just a few moments. And you'll see that here. And so I just try to break this up as much as possible with the spoon. I do have one of those meat mashers, but this is what I had in my hand. So I just decided to continue to go along with it. And I am breaking up that meat. And you see it cooked down. I let that meat cook until package instructions, which was about 15 minutes. And what you see at the bottom of that pan is already a little chicken broth because I did not want this meat to sear anymore. So I had already put some chicken broth in the bottom of that pan. And I'm just transferring this ground beef to this pan. And I like to use this spoon because it's a strainer as well. But I did off camera pour out all of the oil and water that ground beef and that sausage made. So I'm just going to finish this up here. And then I'm going to begin rinsing my beans and adding all the other ingredients. Some people do not rinse their beans. I've seen plenty of videos where they just dump the beans from the can, especially if they say chili beans, but that's not my story. I don't know what that stuff is sitting on the beans, and I don't like it, so I rinse mine off. And this is just me adding my tomatoes. The fire roasted tomatoes are so good. It made this chili so hearty. And that's me adding the first can of tomato soup. And I'm going to add that tomato sauce. I put as much in as needed. And that's with all the ingredients. I just go ahead and do what my heart desires. And that's what you should do also in your kitchen. Those are some green chilies there. And see, I'm not going to pour all of this at once, but I'm going to put a good amount. I'm going to stir this all together. And I just keep eyeing it to see what it may or may not need. And so at this point, it's looking pretty hearty. And I'm just stirring this together to see what I like, what I don't like, what I'm going to add. And so to me, from this point, it was beginning to look a lot like a pot of chili. So here I'm just adding some chicken broth. And again, you can use beef broth, but to me, the flavor is so strong, I did not like it. So we decided to go with chicken broth. And in that same skillet that I fried up the meats in, I saute my onions and peppers, and some people cook their onions and peppers with their meats, and that's their preference. My granny used to say, I have my rathers, but I rather not. I concur, Granny. I have my rathers, but I rather not cook this with the meat. Not for this. You can. I don't know if it makes a big difference, but I like to see what's going on with my onions and peppers. So here I'm just going to stir them until I like the consistency of them, and then I'm just going to transfer them on into my chili. So you can do whatever you like at home. If you want to do them separately, do them separately. If you want to cook them with your meat, cook them with your meat. And I'm sure you can just dump these raw into your chili because it has to simmer for about 2 to 3 hours so all the flavors can marinate. So I'm just going to stir this until I like the consistency of my onions and peppers. So it's not going to be too much longer with me stirring here. And momentarily, I'm just going to transfer them into that nice size pot of chili. And don't forget, we have a larger family, so that's why everything always seems supersized over here at Amelia's Corner. And we love leftovers. So it'll be just a moment, and I'm gonna stir them and put them in that other pot. Yesterday I did a cancer walk, and it was so rewarding. Here is the shirt that I wore. I am going to put a link in the description of a printable document that shows several foods that fight cancer. It'll be in my description box. So if you're interested in that, go in my description box and you can print off a list of foods that fight cancer. And I think that it would be so rewarding if you would take the time out and do something for the cause. I'm sure all of us know somebody who won or lost the battle with cancer. And so here I am. I'm just finishing putting those onions and peppers into this nice pot of chili here. And I'm going to get that all stirred up. Yep. And that was me adding up mild rotel. So hearty. This pot of chili is so hearty. And again, you can add beans, you can add tomatoes. Some people don't add beans, some people don't add extra tomatoes, but I do. That's how we like it over here. And so now, see, that's what it's looking like so far. And this is the consistency of ours. My family doesn't like it really thick, so I don't keep it extra thick. If you want yours thicker, just add more tomato paste and tomato paste to thicken it right up for you. So this is what my pot of chili is looking like. Very demure. Look how colorful it is. It's just as flavorful as it is colorful. I can guarantee you that. And so I did have 2 packs of chili flavoring out, but I only used 1. And this is the chili done after it's set for 2 to 3 hours on simmer. And this is me serving up that first bowl of chili. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give me a like. Feel free to comment. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps me out a great deal. Until next time, bye.